Tires, welcome to another episode of Angler Maid's Errand at the Fly Desk. And today we're going to be tying a green drake fly. Green drakes are a fly that comes off the water that gets fly fishermen super excited because the fish get very active on top, and there's nothing quite as fulfilling as catching a fish on a dry fly. So today for our tail, we're going to be using, they're called Hemingway's tube bodies, and I've actually really liked these. You can make your own just by stripping a hackle and wrapping dubbing up it, but when time is of the essence and you got to make a lot of flies, I'm okay spending a couple extra dollars to get a pre-made tube body. So what I usually do is I'll wrap kind of a segment, tie it down, and then I'll get one more segment and really cinch it down. So then you got the nice little mayfly silhouette coming up. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to tie in a little bit of dubbing. And I'm just using some olive dry fly dubbing, and I just get a little bit just to wrap over where my thread segmented that tail right at the front, just so it has an even taper. Alright, next step is we're going to get some hackle, and on this one I'm just going to get some olive hackle. I've already got it ready. Just like so. Then we're going to get some more dubbing. Just going to spin that on nice and tight. Still leaving plenty of room for a head. Okay. Now we're going to take our hackle, I'm just going to wrap it pretty thick with this fly. Trick I like to do is pull everything back, give me just a few more wraps, and that straightens everything out. Okay, so now we're starting to look more like a green drake. Okay, this is where this fly gets fun, is I've kind of built up the head right here. Now I'm going to wrap my thread back through the hackle, like so. And I'm going to whip finish it, get my thread out of the way. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my hackle down, like so. I'm going to get some super glue. I like to kind of lick my fingers. Put just a little bit of super glue right here. And then get me some Hemingway wing material and just simply press it down over the top of the super glue. Oops. Need a little extra. Just like so. Okay, now the Hemingway wings have this little tab right here, and so normally you can tie this tab in, but I'm showing you a little trick that I've learned. So you can see I have my eye on my hook right there. The super glue is now cured, and I love this fly for people like me whose eyesight isn't near as good as it used to be. So we're going to take our super glue and we're going to put another dab of it right on top of the Hemingway wing. And we're going to get some of this Hi-Viz foam. And we're going to press it right on top. I'm going to hold it down till it cures. That is on solid. So now what we have is we have a green drake that blind people can see, and if you look at the under silhouette of it, it actually looks very attractive floating over the top of a wary fish. So that, my friends, is what I call the Hi-Viz Green Drake. Now you can make these with white foam. You can make them with grizzly hackle. There's a whole bunch of different ways you can tie these, and what we're going to do is I'm going to take you over to our clear bowl and I'm going to show you why I like this fly when I'm dry fly fishing. And there's a green drake hatch on. It actually looks very attractive floating over the top of a wary fish. So that, my friends, is what I call the Hi-Viz Green Drake. Now you can make these with white foam. You can make them with grizzly hackle. There's a whole bunch of different ways you can tie these, and what we're going to do is I'm going to take you over to our clear bowl and I'm going to show you why I like this fly when I'm dry fly fishing. And there's a green drake hatch on. Okay, right now we're at our little demo bowl with water in it, and I've taken a whole bunch of different dry flies and I've actually put my hand in the water, got them all soaking wet. I don't have any fly floating on them, and we're going to do a little experiment. So I'm going to take like a traditional wolf fly pattern, which is awesome. I love these. And if you soak these up with gink or other fly floating, they actually float pretty good, but you can constantly have to keep adding that to it. So I'm going to throw this in the water and it sink right down to the bottom. I'm going to pull out another green drake pattern that we tie. This one's an awesome fly pattern. It's got a lot of hackle on it. Should float very well. I drop it in and you can see once it's waterlogged, it floats to the bottom too. Sinks to the bottom, not floats to the bottom. Here we have another drake pattern with the Hemingway wings and tail. So I'm going to drop that in the water and it sinks as well. So now we're going to take our Hi-Viz Green Drake that we just tied. That's what the fish will see as it floats over. And we're going to drop it in the water. And it's floating so good, even the tail's sticking up out of the water, just like a green drake would. Now I'm going to push it down in, and you can see it floats right back to the top. Push it down in again, floats back up. I love this fly because my eyesight's not near what it used to be, and this fly rides high on the water. It's easy to see. I usually use white foam or orange foam. Both work very well, depending on the lighting conditions of where I'm fishing. So there you have it, my friends, the Hi-Viz Green Drake fly. It's a really cool pattern. You can adapt it to basically any dry fly that you tie. We just like it on our green drakes. So thank you for watching.